This is what I want to start with this. A lot of times I don't show the burning of the books, but that's because a lot of times it's very boring. This time we have over 20 books from one fight. Well, technically, I guess it is 3 fights, but from one fight, what else can we get from this? A sweeper's page, which people said that this is the greatest of all time passive abilities. Supposedly. I'll believe it when I see it. There's really good pages here, though. The unfortunate thing is I can only get one of the trash disposal because it's like per page possibility. I don't know if I can only get one. I don't know. I'll just keep burning. I thought the normal pages I could get as many of those as I wanted. It was just the key pages that I'm limited on. There's one. If I don't get another one, then I'll know for a fact. No, there's another one. Okay, so I think it's a possible of 1 per burn. I don't know how many pages you get per burn anyway, but I think it's like 6 or something, maybe? It looks like possibly 6. Either way, this is so good. Even though trash disposal is, I think, single use. Oh wait, no, this isn't the one I was thinking of. I like this because on hit, you recover 2 HP, which is good. And if you roll a 3 on the last pierce damage there, that last pierce dice, you can re-roll it and just keep rolling as long as you roll a 3. And it's a 50-50 because it either rolls a 2 or a 3. Oh, hold on. What happens with Oscar's build where the power gets jacked up on piercing? Does it have to roll a 3? Like specifically a 3? Or is it just if it rolls maximum? Will that 3 also go up? I want to see that. Because unfortunately, possibly, Oscar's build will actually roll higher than 3 every single time. So that might not work with Oscar. Everything else will work, though, with Oscar, because it's a lot of piercing here. There's a lot of blunt damage here, too. Ah, extract fuel. I like this. It's a 1 cost, restores 2 lights, recovers 2 HP. Extract fuel, I think, is going to be my #1 light restoring card. Who do I want to build around now, though? There's a lot of like questions running through my mind. I had so many Lila books. Why? Why did it not activate? I hate when that happens. I burned so many of the same book and I don't get the key page for it. Oh well, we did get Mind Hauler though. That's stagger resist. I think I prefer that one over the Health Hauler. The one mistake I made last time was I only had 1 team outfitted with key pages. So I'm gonna have to figure something out for those because these fights are only getting harder. So give me a second, let me rebuild a few things. I don't know. I can at least take a look at this and see what I'm up against. If nothing else, we'll get the story, and if I lose here, I'll go back and fight Meow in them. I actually like them a lot. I like fighting them. I don't like the story about them, but I like fighting them. And this has nothing to do with any of the things that we saw before. There is no creepy animal people. There's no music here. These people look depressed and beat up. It looks like they just got back from a fight. Did they?
사겨라. 그리고 새겨라. 돈과 명예, 힘이 전부인 세상이다.
Actually, that has been a predominant theme. So it makes sense that they would echo it here. Did I break it? Did I do something dumb? No, it should be playing. Valentin has gone mute? They didn't say anything. I guess I'll say it. He may be a color, but that does not excuse the severity of a fixer who doesn't even belong to our association, setting us all up. That has been a theme. All of the different colored fixers have been setting people up lately. He's doing it so blatantly, too. Why are you not talking? No, talk, please.
그래서 협회에 등 돌리고 지부장 셀마랑 푸른 잔향까지 죽여서 자유를 쟁취하려고? 방법조차 보이지 않아. 심지어 웃는 얼굴들까지 관계가 있다는 말이 있어.
Okay, maybe that fixed it, or maybe Valentine's just broken. All of the stories are like blending together now. I recognize that I've heard that name before. Valentine's back. I don't know why or how I busted the audio before, but good. I'm glad to have you back, buddy.
부장님, 시의 도리와 정체성은 어디로 간 겁니까?
갈아엎고 싶다면 기다려라.
Overthrow the system? We've got people who are willing to help us do that? Well, they don't know that they're helping us, but we're trying to overthrow the system. Yes, overthrow the whole system. Is that what the whole Shi Association is supposed to do, or just Section 2? And this is South Branch, so that's maybe, is it just Section 2 of South Branch?
그리고 힘을 길러라. 지금 상태로는 그 무엇도 할 수 없으니까.
Yeah, you guys are pretty busted up.
부장님 말이 맞아. 지금은 아무것도 할 수가 없어.
Okay, something's up with Valentine. I maybe the voice actor screamed a little bit too loud here and cracked the mic, but
부장님은 언젠가 시의 협회장이 될 거야. 그때가 오면 이 썩어 빠진 판도 뒤집을 수 있겠지.
the corrupted system within the association, or the corrupted system in the city as a whole? How lofty are their goals here? Because if they think they can bring down the entire system, they are either really delusional or very powerful.
우리 이과는 부여받은 일을 제대로 처리하면 그만이다.
부장님, 그래도 이과는 10일 연속으로 도시 악몽급 사건을 처리했습니다.
Why would they have them do that 10 consecutive days in a row? That feels like they're trying to get rid of them somehow.
나라퀴 조장 제거, 망각주계 수거, 너머의 조각 파괴, 안창살 공장 폭파. 어제는 무쇠 형제들 대장 제거까지.
So obviously this group is strong because they are taking on so many high-level threats constantly. They did it 10 days in a row, and this is all the injuries they've had? Just missing a couple eyes?
이 모든 의뢰는 최근 10일 동안 제대로 휴식하지도 못한 채 처리한 일입니다. 본래라면 일주일에 한 건을 맡아야 합니다.
Yeah, that's suspicious. Maybe here's the thing. Maybe they're softening them up. They're tenderizing our next meal for us. They realized that we couldn't take them on at their full strength and their full might. So they send them on all these quote-unquote missions to get them all dinged up and beat up, and then they send them our way, and we get to reap all the rewards because they're fatigued. But that doesn't mean that we wouldn't get their books when they're at their peak. See what I'm saying? This could be a big jump in power for us.
남부지부 이과의 대부분이 죽었습니다.
Why are they trying to eliminate Southern Branch Section 2? I feel like they do suspect that this branch is not following the rules, and that's probably why they're having them do all of these missions.
게다가 저희를 포함해 살아남은 그 누구도 제대로 일을 할 수 있는 상태가 아닙니다. 몸도 마음도 무너지기 직전 아닙니까? 삼과와 협력 사무소들도 무리한 의뢰의 폭주로 진작에 전멸했습니다.
Why are they trying to eliminate the Shi Association then? Because they didn't send them to us. That wasn't the puppeteer, not the other puppeteer, but I don't know who is doing it yet. But that's not the person pulling all the strings, sending everything to us to strengthen us up. Whomever that is.
무엇보다 유진 부장님의 상태가 좋지 않잖아요. 희생자를 내지 않기 위해 누구보다 앞에서 격렬하게 싸우셨으니까요.
부서진 곳은 고치고 벌어진 곳은 꿰매면 그만이다.
부장님의 그 상처는 하루아침에 회복할 수 있는 정도가 아닙니다. 뿐만 아니라 지금 이과의 그 누구도 하루아침에 회복할 수 없을 겁니다. K사의
K-Corp Singularity. Hey, is there healing in this world? I would assume that there would be some advancements in medicine. There's gotta be. There's too much death, destruction. There's gotta be some, and well, we know there's cloning. I don't remember which corporation did that, now that I think of it. All I remember is it was part of their insurance package, which I'm assuming is very expensive in this world. But maybe K-Corp's is the whole clone a new body thing, and then swap over the head, like people were saying. It could also be that's the whole medical corporation. I'm assuming there's got to be a medical corporation somewhere.
너희들 정말 걱정이 많구나. 이번 도서관 일 또한 지금까지처럼 처리하면 된다.
Well, this is like very straightforward. The whole storyline so far is just we're overworked and underpaid, and now we have another horrendous task that we have to do, and we're not going to survive it. Once more into the breach, my friends. I guess my empathy isn't here for this one. I was trying real hard to empathize with them, but they didn't give me much to go on with this storyline. There's no, they once had a puppy, and now that's what they're fighting for. Every day is to be reunited with that puppy one more time. Because that's what it sort of feels like Tomari with Lovetown. It felt like they just were trying to get out, and someone kept kicking their puppy. And I just kept hearing it whimper in my ear the whole time, and then finally they come to us, and then it just felt like a mercy. I don't feel that with this group.
유진 부장님, 이번 일을 제대로 처리해도 또다시 터무니없는 일을 넘길 겁니다.
발렌틴 말이 맞아요. 이과가 전멸하고 부장님이 죽을 때까지 일이 끊이지 않을 겁니다.
Then you have to ask the question, why? Why is that happening?
나도 생각이 있다. 결국 문제의 근원은 푸른 잔향이겠지.
Oh, so it's the blue reverberation that's doing all of this? That guy really is a weirdo, isn't he? I don't like the blue reverberation. Something creeps me out about them. They like toying with their prey way too much. That kind of gives me the creeps.
도서관에 가는 것은 비단 윗사람들의 명령 때문만은 아니다.
Oh, you're going for a book. Something that can make you even stronger.
이번 임무는 브레멘 음악대의 책 회수.
Why though?
푸른 잔향의 음모를 알아내기 위해서는 필요한 책.
So is blue reverberation? I mean, that would make sense. Reverberation is a sound. But is blue reverberation associated with the musicians? Are they the freak that wants everyone to have the awesome fabric and dress really nice? That would add up. The creepiness would totally just check.
그게 무슨 말씀입니까?
얼마 전 브레멘 음악대의 대표가 푸른 잔향과 만나 대화를 하는 장면을 목격했다는 증언이 들어왔다.
Ah, that part does make sense to me. The leader, whoever it is that's heading this whole musician and is really, really, really obsessed with music and dressing nice, they could be communicating with the blue reverberation. That part checks out. Because obviously creepy people would all flock together. They might even have a social group. You know, they go and spend time together somewhere. They get together, they play board games or something. I don't know what goes on in the city.
적어도 무슨 일을 벌이려는지에 관한 이야기는 볼 수 있을 것이다.
그럼 마침표 사무소를 톱니 교단으로 보낸 것도
Okay, Valentine is still broken. It's so weird to me to have a character just not talk. But that actually sort of makes sense then. But then why was Blue Reverberation so adamant that they go to the library? They gave them the opportunity to go to the library. Maybe Blue is just sort of playing around, and the creepiness vibe that he so loves, that's what was happening. Like, oh, they have an escape. Go ahead, take it. Let's see. Because he knows that he can just track them down later. Wouldn't even be a problem. That's also where we heard of the She Association before. Because I swear I heard that name. But it was during Full Stop. Everything is sort of adding up now in my head.
이번 일을 끝내고 내 나름의 조치를 취할 것이다.
부장님, 정말 믿어도 되는 거죠? 그 방법이 이과를 지키기 위해 자신에게 상처 입히지 않는 방법인 거죠?
Harm yourself for the sake of Section 2? Are there selfless people in this world like that? Why are they second-guessing it all now? Does she have self-destructing tendencies that I'm not aware of? Yeah, okay, yep. I guess I should have just clicked, and the mime over in the corner would have just been gesticulating it to me wildly.
믿어라. 나도 내 목숨 귀한 줄 아니까.
That's actually very reassuring. That's a good way to put it, because a lot of times when people are like that, no matter what they say, you really can't trust what they are saying. But this one, I know my own life matters. That's cold and calculated. That's thought out. So that's not a place of emotion or just trying to make you feel better. That's honesty.
결국 살아남아야만 바꿀 수 있다.
Also, that is so cool. Such a badass move right there.
우선 아직 움직일 수 있는 녀석들만 모아라. 제대로 힘을 내지 못하는 놈들은 걸림돌이니까.
Don't bring anyone that might just be a burden. Ooh. This one's smart, unlike all of the other ones. They sort of realize that you can't throw just fodder at us. I'm sure part of that is they're trying to protect what little of the Section 2 that they have left.
저 우직한 성격은 여전하네.
And of course, Roland knows them. Why not? Roland knows everybody.
너 정말 별볼일 없는 해결사 맞아?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out, Angela. Are you sure? Roland is... Are you sure you don't know anybody in the city? You don't know anyone, right? You're a no-name fixer. You're not associated with any of these associations, correct? Roland says, yeah, no, I don't know anybody. It's probably because Roland's like, oh no, that's my past life. That's when I was once the head, or I was once part of a corporation. I was once the beast that they locked into one of the cells at the bottom of a corporation that broke loose. I can read the minds of everyone around me, except Angela, because she's a robot. And now that she's becoming human, now Roland can read her mind or something. There is something here. I smell it, and it smells very suspicious. I don't know where my brain was going with that one. I got all excited. And this is weird, right? This is odd. Quit gaslighting me for a second. Just tell me. This is weird, right?
이쯤 되면 그저 그런 해결사의 인맥이 아니라는 건 나도 알겠어.
Yeah, exactly. Even I can tell. Angela, you can compute like 9,000 things in half of a second. What makes you say even I can tell? I mean, even I could tell something was up, and I could tell pretty early on Roland was very suspicious. So why is this such a surprise now to Angela?
질문에 대한 대답부터 하자면 구급 해결사 맞아.
What? To answer your question, yes, I'm only a grade 9 fixer. That is extremely specific. Because that's what people say when they're lying. Not lying. I'm sure Roland is telling the truth. Roland is currently a grade 9 fixer. But what about your past, Roland? What about all the things you're not telling us? That's what liars do. They tell you the truth that they want you to hear. And it's true. But they don't tell you all the stuff that you're actually asking. They completely ignore the heart of the question and only tell you the things that they think that they want you to know.
다만 이런저런 사정이 있어서 밑바닥으로 떨어진 거지. 그냥 흔한 해결사였어.
I used to be a common fixer. That doesn't answer my question as to what grade you were. What kind of common fixer? What association were you affiliated with? Were you on your own somewhere? How strong were you? What was your nickname? Was it Meow Meow? It could be Meow Meow. As far as I know. Look at this face. No, this is more of a bunny face, isn't it? What events? Be specific.
그래? 그럼 무슨 등급이었는데?
Ah, there we go. Good questions. Let's keep following up. Hammer them home.
잘 나가던 1급 해결사라고 말하면 믿을 수 있겠어?
That's neat. A grade 1 fixer, which we know is right beneath all of the different colors. Obviously, people have been saying that there's like... It's like a logarithmic scale. So the people who are one set or one grade up above each grade is like exponentially more powerful. I might be able to believe that one.
솔직히 쉽게 믿어지진 않지만 네가
Angela,
그렇다면 그런 거겠지.
Angela, don't do that. Please, just keep hammering him with questions. Keep getting him to spill the beans. I need to know what is going on with Roland's past.
순순히 믿어주니까 의외인데.
A lot less distrust? Why? Maybe I'm misunderstanding that last comment.
난 그냥 정보를 모으고 수집하는 평범한 해결사였어. 그래서 발이 넓을 뿐이지.
I don't like that answer either. But this does lend credit to the idea that Roland was someone designed to collect intel. Roland does have a professional, and in a city where nobody trusts anybody, he has a professional background in collecting information, which means secret, stealthy collecting information, for number one. Number two, that could mean a massive like tech wizard who can hack into different areas and gather the information, or like can look at a million cameras all at once. Or three, Roland could be like a social intel gatherer. And if it's a social intel gatherer, that is someone that is trained in manipulation and psychology. And it's exactly what I've been seeing every step of the way with Roland. So, I got ya on a technicality. Roland admits it. So I'm not nuts. There is something here. There's more to it, though. I know there's more to it. It's because a simple intel gathering person would not be able to get into this library. They wouldn't. They could not go here.
지금 이렇게 싸울 수 있는 건 네가 준 몸과 도서관의 힘 덕분이고.
And he got that information from Hod, right? Or Malkuth, one of the two. I get those two mixed up all the time because they look so similar now. In Lobotomy, they looked so different to me, but now, albeit maybe he isn't as powerful as he used to be. Maybe something did happen, and he lost a lot of that power. But that could also just be psychological too. Maybe the trauma of losing his wife, he like purposely or maybe even subconsciously has sealed away all of that strength. Because maybe he was so strong, something happened that he accidentally was the cause of his wife's death. But he still blames other people, obviously. Everyone in the city blames everyone else for their problems.
이런 일은 신뢰가 중요하다며. 저렇게 아는 사이인 사람이 죽어도 괜찮은 거야?
Roland knows everybody. Roland has known all of these acquaintances before. Now you're just well, I guess it's because Angela is becoming more empathic, more empathetic toward people, because Angela is becoming more human. And I guess technically, even if she's not human or becoming human, she's still learning how to be human, how to empathize with people and socialize. So this is a huge step for Angela, actually asking, hey, are you okay with all of this? Because before, she didn't care. She had one particular objective. That also means that she now cares about Roland and Roland's feelings. Which means that when Roland eventually stabs us in the back, I'm positive that's going to happen. I just feel it. Then it's really going to hurt. I don't know if that's actually going to happen, but if it does, it's really going to hurt.
확실히 저 상황은 안타깝지. 그런데 말이야, 우리가 본 건 저 친구들의 입장일 뿐이야. 저 녀석들도 살고자 발버둥치거나 바꾸고자 투쟁한 누군가를 안 죽였을 것 같아?
Yeah, see, that's the other thing that I'm really aware of. When I look at all of these, I know that these aren't good people. I know that we're only getting one side of the story. And I don't know everything that they've done to lead up to this point. So trust me, I don't lose sight of the fact that none of these people are completely blameless and no one here is perfect. I have this barometer that I use, like, this person in particular feels a little bit better than Meow and Oink. So that's basically where my range of do I care about these people and their story, or don't I care about these people and their story? And as we learn more about people, that story has been, or that range has been getting wider and wider because this city is just nuts. There's so much.
죽였겠지.
그런 거야. 저 녀석들에게 죽은 누군가도 똑같이 안타까운 사정이 있었을 거라고. 뭐 아닐 수도 있지만 어쨌든 모두가 행복할 수 있는 길은 없어. 관점의 차이만 있을 뿐.
That's actually true. That is very true. Roland, now you are actually speaking very logically, and I hate it when you do that.
그래서 서로 깊이 알고자 하지도 않고 맡은 일을 처리할 뿐이라는 거네.
And it makes it easier that way.
모두에게 나름의 이야기가 있으니까.
Right, and everyone has their own crosses to bear. Not everyone has struggles in their life. Even if it technically isn't as bad as someone else's, it could be the worst thing in the world for that person. Everyone has their struggles. And I feel like that's even, and I'm going to be going off on a tangent, but just really quick, I feel like that even happens in today's day and age. People don't realize that everyone around them has their own burdens. Even if it looks like things are going amazing for them, they struggle with something. And they might be doing a really, really good job of hiding it. So it's just kind of neat to see all of that play out in stories like this. Project Moon games have really done a really good job of explaining the human condition. It's I love playing games like this, where I can really interact with the story and really feel the grit of the world, because that's how reality, at least for me, and when I look out at society, just from my little glass box that I have, that's how the whole world looks. This is a little bit of an extreme, yes, but there are places in the world just like this, and people going through similar things.
하지만 누군가의 이야기 때문에 내 이야기를 포기할 수 없는 거야, 우리처럼. 그건 그거고, 이건 이거니까.
That's that, and this is this. I like that saying. I hated it to begin with, but I like it. The more and more that Roland uses it to sort of explain the world, the more that I see how awesome that saying is. Whatever question you could possibly ask, that's the answer.
할 수 있는 응급처치는 다 했습니다.
부장님,
지금은 이 일에만 집중해라. 할 수 있는 일부터 처리한다.
What they need is an ability to control all of the blood and weaponize it in their body. If they could do that, then every wound that they take only makes them stronger.
환영합니다, 손님. 반갑다. 나는 시이과 부장인 유진이다.
Aw, how
다들
polite.
인사해라.
Very polite.
네?
인사를 받았으면 답을 해줘야 하는 것 아닌가?
Roland had said, and even someone in the comments reminded me, anyone that's polite is terrifying. Don't worry, I was already equally terrified of Yushin before this, so I don't think I need to be any more terrified than I already am. Also, someone mentioned something in the comments that I really liked and I didn't think about, so I wanted to share it. So I have always been perplexed by when they teleport into the library, why they feel like this space is so alien and so weird. Because we know that they don't see the grander, part of the library. But someone said books are not very common, and they would never have actually seen a library like this. Like one where it's just row and row and row and row and row of book. That would be so weird to them, and you're right. This would be more alien to them if they popped into the big city and thought, oh, okay, that is just a singularity. So the fact that this feels so cozy and warm, and it feels like a nice little place with a cute little reading nook over here and a table in the background to sit and read at, that is the most alien thing for them. It really is. Because they can write all the other stuff off. That's a singularity. We've seen singularities. We've seen distortions. We've seen people turn into monsters. People have their heads transplanted onto other people's bodies, and vice versa. So all of that is really easy for them to accept. But this room not being wild, weird, and wacky in some way, and yet also feeling like it definitely is, that is the feeling that I've been looking for. That's the explanation that makes sense to me. Because it would be so weird to them. So anytime, I'm going to have to keep that in mind. Anytime that I feel comfortable in a space, they're going to be freaked out because they've never been comfortable in their whole life.
네, 저는 시익과 직속 해결사 텐마입니다.
시익과 직속 해결사 발렌틴입니다.
Ah, look, the mime actually spoke. So, how polite of them.
저는 도서관의 관장이자 사서인 엔젤라입니다.
Angela said the thing. This thing. I like that thing better than the other
이곳에
one.
있다는 책을 구하기 위해 초대장을 통해서 왔다. 네, 부디 손님의 책을 찾으실 수 있기를.
That was a very, very awesome encounter between the two. Again, they're too polite, so we should be freaked out, but let's see how strong they really are. Actually, we're probably going to fight some of their... Oh, they're already pre-beat up. Ha! Ha! They're strong! Ha! They're really strong! They're already half health and they're at 104! After an ally dies, gain 1 strength. So do they do any... stack up to 2 times. Starts the battle with 25% less HP. Oh, okay. That's... Well, I think that's the lore explanation as to why that they're beat up. They don't heal, but they will get really strong once we start doing damage to them. So we want to pick one of them and smack them around. And once we've dropped one of them, then focus fire on the rest. And hopefully not win too many clashes that we're doing that much damage. Luckily, I do have my Masters of Healing, so we're going to go ahead and do this one and then heal for a bit. And this is what I'm talking about. Now that I have Extract Fuel and Cleanup, I can use all of my lights more effectively. Because I can go ahead and hit all of them, and we'll have almost full lights, if not completely full lights, by the end of all of these. And it's nice because it's on use. And then if we hit, we also get healed a little bit. So even if we don't hit, I can get all of my lights back. And we are just getting overpowered. Again, it feels like sometimes they just get so lucky with their rolls. Now I am going to try to focus fire 1, bring this one down, and hopefully just clash against these ones. And then whichever one is the weakest from losing all the clashes, then I'll go ahead and hit them. So that one didn't go as easily as I thought it would. That sack definitely took a big beating, and I think it was because I was clashing too much with them. I'm going to try to pull damage with Tom because they heal a lot. Mainly because we discard so many cards. But this group seems very powerful. Speed 2. Speed dice slot +2. They just start there, and they go up from there. That's terrifying. Overbreathing, exhaustion. Oh, that's 0. That could be a good one. Restore 2 lights upon using a page whose original cost is 4 or higher. That's really good. A speed die becomes unavailable. Oh, so that's why they start with speed 2. So they really only have speed 1. Deflect assault. Once per scene, respond to one-sided attack with a block die. Roll 2 to 6. So you can just eat damage. Not played in clashes where both characters use a combat page. And then Eye of Death. Enervation. All dice gain +4 power. All dice lose 3 power? So they all get... What? Wait, what? So they all get +1 power. Why does it do that? Why does it say... I'm trying to comprehend why it doesn't just say all dice get +1 power. I guess? Yeah, to kind of show you that this is the net result of really strong and really negative things happening. Maybe there's also a way for me to find a passive that if you were to lose power and you would lose 1 instead or something like that. And then there's the extreme fatigue, which is something that no, this is different. This is extreme fatigue. After an ally dies, gain 1 strength and 1 endurance each scene for the rest of the act. Starts the battle with 75% less HP. I really, oh, wow. No wonder they start at 75% or with 75% of their HP gone. That's 348 HP. They're stupid strong. Okay, how much are these? Yeah, okay. I don't have to worry about Yujin anymore. They seemed super weak, but they're not. That's just percentage of their HP is gone. All of these passives are really good. I should have built my team a little bit better. Oh well, we'll figure this one out. If I can, I just want to at least get them down to where it's 1v1. Because if I can drop one of them... Oh, I should have read those. Oops. Oh well. I'm sure it said something about all of the different extreme conditions that they've been having to endure. Now, wow. There's so many attacks. And they're all focus firing my weakest. Of course they are. We finally found some smart AI. I also really want to... Oh, wait, no. Their HP's at 87. No, that's fine. See, I was terrified that 75% of their HP was gone, and they still somehow had 348 HP. No, their maximum was 348 HP. I don't think they heal either. I might just end up killing them through clashes. I want to be careful about that. Oh, the only real downside here is that Yushin is currently at 25% HP. They have cards that gain power because they're at 25% HP. And all their dice are going to be gaining power anyway because of all their passive skills. Oh, and I guess I could do a one-sided attack against this broken dice. I know I can only get one of their key pages because it's going to be orange. But I really want to try to leave them at least till second. If I have to and we're really taking some massive damage, I will bring them down instantly. But we have abnormality pages now. We have the ability to stack crazy amounts of damage all at once, if I do this right. And all of it deals with piercing damage. Ah, no, don't. Well, I guess, yeah, go ahead. Bring Yujin. You can go ahead and bring Yujin down now. We can go ahead and bring that down. Maybe we need to do the healing now. I think it's time for healing, I think. And then we're back in the same situation I was before, that I need to clash with everyone, and for some reason they always leave Yui alone. So I'm just gonna love town people. I'm gonna take... Oh, I need to clash with this, don't I? Or maybe I don't. Tom's gonna take some big hits if I'm not careful here, because that... I thought I was clashing against both of those attacks, but I'm not. And I can't actually pull that attack. But I'm going to do a ton of one-sided attacks. This is why I love the Love Town build so much. I just, most of the time, they leave it all alone for some reason. What was that? 50? How did I not see that there was a 50 on the board somewhere? How did they do 50 damage? What am I missing? 50 damage! What did 50 damage? Well, we lost Tom, our tank, and now we're really, really damaged. Let's do incomprehensible. I'm gonna do one-sided attacks with Netsack if I can. We beat their Tenma. Where did the 50 damage come from? There, we're clashing against everything. There should be no one-sided attacks. No magical 50 rolls coming through. Can we win any of these clash? Any of them. Any good rolls would be great. Can I do all my one-sided attacks? I should have at least 3 or 4 one-sided attacks here. No? Okay. Oh, there's one. There's the other one. I guess we're all going last with our one-sided attacks. I thought most of them were going ahead of them to prevent any stagger that might happen. We're so lucky it didn't happen. So I can grab that. I'm all out of cards. I need more draw. That's what I'm struggling with. I see every time I take some of these fights, I see where my build needs to improve. Didn't win any of that. How? How did we not win any of that? Luckily, I won that one. And that was Yujin too. So we eliminated one of their big bads. They have 2. We've got 2. We have 2 left. One of us is staggered. So I have to pull the damage off of them, or I do one-sided attacks against this bottom one, Valentine. And then I'm going to lose Yuna on purpose, and I'm going to bring down Valentine, and then I will use my Roland team to mop up this last of the she section fixers. There goes my damn... Why? Why do we roll like garbage all the time? How? I had the advantage on that roll and still lost it. Probably because they're below 25% health. They're not, though. So that's not what's doing it. I might have to redo this whole fight. That seems so strange. Oh, never mind. I got Oscar. We're fine. This is just let them wail on Netzach for a little while. I always forget Oscar. Oscar, when they're the last person alive, so good. Okay, now let's figure out what I'm doing. I really, really have to go first against one of these and win. So let's go ahead, hit it. I go first. Luckily, I hit them and I dodged that. I didn't roll well there. I guess that's not true. I did clash. I think it was the last one. So I did roll pretty well, I guess. Okay, we're going to go up here. What? No, where is my... Oh, I took off that key page, didn't I? Oh, no, I was playing around again. Why do I keep doing this to myself? I keep expecting that we're going to just stomp on everyone, and things just... It's harder now. Roland is just bare Roland. I might just let Roland get hit a couple times. We might have to redo this fight, and that would be okay, I guess. So I'll take that clash and eat a one-sided attack. It's going to just tear us apart. Go ahead. At least I got that last die. That was pretty good. And did they somehow roll and deflect most of that damage? Hey, Roland, you're doing well. Just survive, because I need you to take a couple more hits for me, buddy. You can do it. Now what? Another indiscriminate shot, probably. I don't even know if I'm going to survive this because they'll both get staggered off of these one-sided attacks. And there's really nothing I can do. Can I bring that one down? No. Don't get staggered. Stay alive. Yeah! Wow! We won one of them. They got staggered. Finn got staggered and Roland's dead. But that should mean everyone gets leveled up, right? Ah, why didn't they go down? Increase max HP by 15% and gain speed. Speed could help. Or after 3 successful attacks on the same person. Yeah, let's do Pale Hands on Finn. Either way, even if we do end up beating this back fixer, we're going to have to try to beat Valentine somehow, and I don't see that happening. Max damage. Survive. Just survive. Survive. Just survive. Just survive! No, didn't work. Scars! Scars! Because there is a, 20% chance that they don't do any damage against us? 20% going across 5 dice. That seems pretty good odds that at least one of those won't do damage against us. I might be wrong. Hey, we brought one down. Great. Now we're going to get attacked here and lose. Great. Did we lose all of those books now and I have to go back and do all those fights? I probably do. It was so close. Yeah, we lost some books. Books resolved. What's that mean by resolved? Do I get those? If I get them, that's an even trade. I don't care. I'll go back and fight Meow and then get back to this fight. Can I burn those books? Yeah, I get those books. That's an even trade. I don't even care. Let's go ahead and burn these ones. So this one's going a little bit better. I've changed a few things. I tweaked quite a few of our pages, but also I have a whole team waiting in the wing ready to go. But I noticed something. This is the thing I wasn't paying attention to. The boundary of death. This is how bad my luck is. There's a 25% chance that that rolls a 50. And it did. To one-shot Tom. That's just, it's stupid. Can I even stop that? I really can't stop it. I could just clash against it and hope it doesn't roll a perfect. Because we're gonna win as long as it doesn't roll a 4. I just need non-maximum rolls. And they've been rolling maximum the whole time. Every time I go up against them. I don't know if there's like... If the game was a little bit too easy. But we lost against the Queen of Hatred. So the game shouldn't be like, oh no, things have been too smooth. So let's go ahead and roll maximum for a long time. Because it did. It rolled maximum again. That's a 25% chance. Boy, that 25 is a lot bigger than I think it is. There is no shot it should go back to back like that. Even a 50-50 would make me feel a little bit better. There, let's just kill off one of them. I am just going to prioritize the lowest health target now. Because I'm going to assume that all of my luck is just going to be bad. From now on. And really, the best upgrade that I've noticed from Netzek's department is Laughing Powder. Because if you don't get staggered, you don't take extra damage. This is it. We're going to win. All that I needed was them to not maximum roll one turn. We staggered the crap out of them and then kicked the crap out of them. It was easy when they don't maximum roll all the time. I wish I would have recorded that part of it, but I was just assuming it was going to be much of the same and that we were going to have to go to the Roland team. And I was going to show you all the Roland stuff that I just built. It's pointless now because we're just going to win now. We get a boost if we do one-sided attacks with Netzek. So let's go ahead and do that. And then I'll do just Flash of Sun up here to block it. Actually, let's do Binding Arms to block it. That seems way better. I do need more card draw. I knew that was going to be a problem, but I was basically banking on us losing and then going to the Roland team, which has card draw built in. So my front team was just heavily loaded into major damage. I don't know. Maybe that's my problem, is I keep expecting to lose, so I'm going to lose. What did they say? This is my limit. I'm sorry I couldn't hold out for longer. Most of what they have been saying hasn't really been anything too unique. I know occasionally there are some unique ones, so I try to pay attention down here, but I haven't really seen much. And nice! This is really nice, because now they're staggered, so it doesn't matter what we do. We're going to win this. What kind of cards do we have here? I mean, there's a few decent ones. We could inflict bleed and like 20 or so damage. And our Wrath of Torment hasn't even gotten us down to the point where we can kick in some of our extra damage with Lovetown. Like, we are above the 25% threshold. And we haven't been staggered this entire time, so that Laughing Powder makes a huge difference. Like, a major difference. Ah, victory. That feels good. And we did it with the first team. So it's way easier than I actually made it. And look at all of the new books that we have. I just collected the books that I went back and got because I want extras just in case. I guess we could technically go and burn those now. What was I saying? Something about Angela. Memorable guest. Why? Oh, she was different in many ways. Still very similar impression, like a fixer I used to know? Which fixer? Gebura? Cold, calculating? Very, very strong and terrifying? That would be my guess. So, she could have rivaled one of the color fixers then. At least that's what Angela sort of suggests. And I think she could have. With the amount of HP and strength that she had, if she wasn't wore down, I wouldn't have stood a chance.
알던 해결사가 있어?
칼리라고 알고 있어?
Oh my god! This is the big reveal! Okay, does Roland know Callie? The red mist.
칼리.
That's a little suspicious, that puzzled look. You had to know the red mist. Wasn't the red mist like legendary?
붉은 안개라고 불렸을 텐데.
당연히 알지. 특색 중에서도 제일 이질적인 녀석이었어.
Oh, so
그
she
녀석을
was
어떻게 아는 거야?
legendary. Just Roland didn't know her by her real name. That's suspicious, because Roland knows all of the different, like the actual names of the like the blue reverberation. So, I don't know, maybe not. I'm still toying with the idea that Roland definitely knows the red mist somehow, like personally knows all of the colors somehow. Roland personally knows everyone somehow. I wouldn't be surprised if Roland has like really deep-seated connections with everyone. And we know that they specialize in intel gathering. So wouldn't Roland have to know some of like the main players, some of the big wigs and like the most important people in the city? Roland would have to know everything about them. Otherwise, they're really bad info broker. So I think Roland's playing dumb again, guys.
멋있는 부분만 싹쓸이하고 어느새 사라졌는데.
All the cool stuff and then suddenly disappear. What cool stuff?
예전 직장 동료였다고만 해둘게.
붉은 안개는 강했어. 정말 말 그대로 강했다고밖에 할 말이 없지.
One word that describes the red mist: powerful. In everything. Their presence, their skill, and just everything about the red mist is power. And I know that because we faced them and they're terrifying. And I don't think they're scary in the way that the rest of the city is scary. You know what you're getting with the red mist. Just brute force. Everyone else is scary because of how conniving and like backstabby they are. 1 minute they're on your side, the next minute they're chewing on your ankles. The next minute they've cut off a leg. I mean, it's just, that's terrifying. If you know what to expect, if you know the second you see that flash of red that you're dead, then that isn't as scary. You're like, oh, okay, I can accept this.
게다가 자신을 위한 게 아니라 누군가를 위한 의뢰만 받았으니까. 저 정도로 강하면 그래도 되는구나 싶었다니까.
It is true. You can do whatever you want when you're that strong. Sort of. You have to be a little bit stronger. You have to be arbiter strong in order to do whatever you want. And even then, I mean, they took each other out. So it was a fair fight in the end. Because A really didn't do anything to stop Binna. Binna was kind of just beaten into a bloody pulp while Gebura was over, or I guess Callie was over in the corner also bleeding out. It was one of those where they both drew and they hit each other. So they both lay dying in the street. And we just happened to benefit from both of them. And that's
언어의층 담당. 이름이
language. Oh, we haven't seen language yet. I was thinking literature. This is a new floor. Ha! Is this the introduction to Callie? Please. Oh no, that should be wrong. This should be the floor of war or mythology. I think I already talked about that. It should be mythology. No. Well, I guess it's Gebura. Yeah. Oh, this is my girl. Something about Gebura, and it's not just her looks, okay, everyone. Because I know when I had that thumbnail that had Gebura on it, everyone was like, man, he's definitely got a type. But it's the way she acts. That, like, cool look. And the fact that everyone thinks she's amazing. I don't like the whole, like, blowing smoke in Roland's face thing, but hey, I get it. It goes with the vibe.
어우, 담배 냄새. 아니, 넷째 아는 술을 퍼먹더니 넌 담배를 뻑뻑 피는구만.
Yeah, everyone has their vice, okay? I'm sure you've got yours.
걱정 없이 담배 피울 수 있는 이 몸일 때 실컷 펴둬야지.
Oh, that's true, I guess. If you got like an awesome, amazing body, just push it to its limit.
넌 엔젤라를 돕고 있는 롤랑이겠군.
How did you know that? Oh, that's right. Never mind. I know why or how. It's because all of the other floors, like the top floors, they all see what's going on throughout the library. So obviously they would know this.
맞아. 방금 잠에서 깨어났을 텐데.
Roland, we already talked about this. Your stupid is showing again.
이걸 잤다고 해야 하나? 꿈꾸는 듯한 느낌으로 지금까지 도서관에서 일어난 일들을 봐서 개운하게 잤다는 느낌도 아니란 말이지.
It kind of stopped, but the music is really good here. It's really dark and mysterious. The warm glow of the lava in the background is really illuminating this place. Oh, there's the music again. It's almost like a heavy metal, like very grungy feel. I like it. I like that vibe. It's a little slow for me, but I get it. You don't want like screamo music going on in the background while you're trying to read.
상황은 대략 다 안다는 뜻이구만.
너 해결사라며?
맞아. 9급 해결사지만.
구라치지 마. 무슨 속셈이야?
Gebura knows. Don't you worry. Again, why is it language? Why? Gebura should be mythology. The whole thing should be Norse mythology and like all of the different weird and fantastic creatures. I know technically that probably would fall somewhere in like the fiction realm, but I like the idea that Gebura would be some sort of war or defense, or I guess maybe language makes a little bit of sense then, because language would be like a defense mechanism. You can use words to attack and to defend at the same time. So I could see it, but I don't know. I like the idea that there's like a big poster of Zeus striking someone down in the background.
엔젤라야 순진하게 속아 넘어갔겠지만 난 아니거든.
Dang!
뭔 소리래? 우리 서로 구면인가?
나도 첫 번째 삶에서는 나름 해결사 일을 해서 말이야. 대충 보면 견적을 낼 수 있거든.
Yeah, I was gonna say she's really good at that. She even talked about that back in Lobotomy, that she can really size up a person just from a first glance.
넌 적어도 얼타는 9급 해결사는 아니야. 사고 쳐서 강등이라도 된 건가?
밖에서 이런저런 사정이 있어서 말이야.
Ah, so yes, that's the answer. That's why he hit rock bottom. That makes sense. So Roland was big, bad, and terrifying and scary, and Roland decided to go crazy upon losing his wife. And because of that, the city just dropped him. Wait, well, how do you demote someone that's really strong if he's really strong? How does that work?
9급 해결사라는 건 거짓말이 아니야.
Do you know your grandma? See, there's a lot of times that people like, I swear on my great uncle's grave, and they don't even have a great uncle. I've heard crap like this before, Roland. Don't be making promises you can't keep.
무슨 꿍꿍이인지는 모르겠지만 내가 있는 이상 허튼 짓은 안 하는 게 좋을 거야.
Yeah! That's it. Just whip Roland right into shape, Gebura. Take him down a peg.
참 잘나셨네. 애초에 허튼 짓 할 생각도 없었거든.
Yeah, sure, okay. Then why are you here?
거하게 사고 한 번 친 몸일 텐데 예의 주시해야지. 입만 산 사기꾼일 수도 있고.
See? I'm not crazy. If Gebura says that I need to be wary of Roland, then I need to be wary. The only other person who I could really trust to size up Roland the right way is Binna. All the other ones are all naive. And even Tifreth is super naive. They trusted us at the end, so we know that they're a bad judge of character. Gebura and Binna both, even at the very end, they knew that we were not to be trusted, and we were very suspicious.
이만 말 줄이자고. 네가 나에게 책을 주면 난 언어에 대해서 추려낼 테니.
야, 네가 그렇게 잘났냐? 너 몇 급이었는데?
붉은 안개.
붉은 안개라고?
How could you not recognize the red mist? Just by their aura. Was basically standing there aura farming. Which is what she does constantly. Ooh, what is this? You can now select the floor of language during receptions. A patron librarian has awoken. Okay, that's Gebura. 2 assistant librarians awoken. Oh, okay, that's just saying that it opened up and it's giving me all the basics. It's got fire on it. That is a good aesthetic for Gebura. That makes sense to me. Look at this. Finally, I get to use the red mist. Now, if Gebura isn't like overly strong somehow, I'm going to be furious. We should have really, really strong books now. Let's go burn, I guess, a few of these books and make the strongest Gebura I can possibly make in the next episode. So thank you so much for watching this one, and remember to take care and goodbye!